Hey, he's a raccoon with a talk show, slinging culture facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hi everybody, this is Trash Can Tidbits, and I'm your raccoon host, Beaton. Welcome back to the show as I present 10 more fun random pop culture facts. Last week, I asked the question, which actor from Batman Begins notably does not play his character in the video game version? The answer is Gary Oldman. Oldman played Detective Jim Gordon in the film, but he did not play the character in the game. If I had to guess, it was most likely due to scheduling conflicts. Oldman was playing the character Ignitus, the Dragon Elder and mentor to the title character in the game The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning, which would be released a year after the Batman Begins game came out. Gordon only really appeared in one level anyway and didn't have a lot of lines, so it probably wouldn't have mattered. Now with that addressed, let's get started with fact number 1. Did you know that 2 leading actresses from Game of Thrones played the same character from the Terminator franchise? Before playing Cersei Lannister, Lena Headey played Sarah Connor on the short-lived TV series Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Despite good reviews, the show ended only after 2 seasons. Emilia Clarke, who played Daenerys Targaryen, would end up playing Sarah in the movie Terminator Genisys. Of the 2 though, I'd say Headey's take on the character is much more worth your time. Fact 2. Did you know that the actor who played Jaws in the James Bond films almost got the part of the Incredible Hulk? During casting for the 1970s TV series, a top contender for the part was Richard Kiel, who played the giant steel-toothed villain Jaws in 2 Bond films. He was well over 7 feet tall. After filming began though, the consensus was that even though he had the height required, he didn't have the overall strength. The producers then hired an up-and-coming bodybuilder, Lou Ferrigno, a Mr. Olympia and Mr. Universe contender who had recently appeared in the bodybuilding documentary Pumping Iron, alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger. Even though Ferrigno was a relative unknown to acting, and the fact that he was a couple of inches shorter than Richard Kiel, that may have helped him, and his turn as the Incredible Hulk launched his acting career. Ferrigno even went on to lend his own voice to the Hulk character in several of the films in the MCU, most notably the line, "Puny God," in The Avengers. Fact 3. Did you know that despite being a British character, none of the actresses who have played Cruella de Vil on film are not actually British? Betty Lou Gerson, who voiced the character in the original 101 Dalmatians film, was from Los Angeles, Glenn Close is from Connecticut, and Emma Stone is from Arizona. Even voice actress Suzanne Blakesley, who succeeded Gerson as the voice of Cruella in several projects, including the animated direct-to-video sequel to 101 Dalmatians, is also American. I do have to say though, each actress has absolutely nailed the British accent. Fact 4. Did you know that The Great Mouse Detective had its title changed from the book that it was based on? It was then Vice President of Disney Animation Peter Snyder who announced the decision to change the title of the film from the original Basil of Baker Street to The Great Mouse Detective. As a joke, a Disney animator sent out a joke memo in Snyder's name saying that Disney was renaming all their animated films. Examples being Snow White being renamed to 7 Little Men Help a Girl, and The Jungle Book changed to A Boy, a Bear, and a Big Black Cat. Schneider did not find this amusing, but in the end, nobody got fired. The memo was eventually published in the Los Angeles Times and would live on in an episode of Jeopardy with a category called What's in a Name? Fact 5. Did you know that actor Matt Dillon starred in 3 movies based on novels by acclaimed young adult author S.E. Hinton? One of Dillon's first lead roles was in the movie Tex, and Hinton was so impressed with his performance in that film that she recommended him to director Francis Ford Coppola for the role of the tough but troubled Dallas Winston in The Outsiders. Immediately after The Outsiders, Dillon would star in one more film based on a Hinton novel, Rumblefish, where he played a former street gang member who idolizes his older motorcycle-riding brother. I remember watching all 3 of these films in junior high, and they were all my introduction to Matt Dillon. He's truly a fantastic actor. Fact 6. Did you know that the first Metroid pioneered the term speedrunning? It was all due to the end of the game where if you finished in a certain time, the ending would reveal that the main character Samus was a woman, and one of the endgame poses was that she would even be seen in a bikini waving at the player. This would end up motivating players everywhere to finish the game quickly to have a chance to see that ending. Most Metroid games since have also included a secret ending where if you finish in a certain time frame, again, to see a special image of Samus without her power suit on. Speedrunning has since entered the gaming lexicon, and gamers have shown off their skills on other games on Twitch streams alike, not just on Metroid, but in other games from Super Mario 64 to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And to think, it took a surprise gender reveal in one game to kickstart the whole genre. Fact 7. Did you know that character models for Woody and Buzz Lightyear exist in the files for the first Kingdom Hearts game? The models are not fully rendered, but it does show the two characters T-posing. Concept art also exists for a Toy Story world that, for reasons unknown, does not appear in the game either. It was thought that the characters would have assisted Sora in battle. Fortunately, a Toy Story themed world would later be used in Kingdom Hearts 3 to much better effect. Fact 8. Did you know that Japanese actor Hideyuki Sanada is the oldest actor to play Scorpion in a Mortal Kombat movie? For the 2021 film, fans of the game apparently had wanted Sanada to play one of the most famous characters in the franchise even before he was offered the role. He was 58 years old at the time. He also notably says all his lines in Japanese, except for Scorpion's iconic "Get over here" line, which he says in English. Sanada prepared for the role by attempting to play the original games, but after failing each match, he instead read about the wide lore of Mortal Kombat, which helped immensely in his performance. Fact 9. Did you know that Zack Snyder's Justice League would not be the first recut Warner Bros. Film fans wanted released? That distinction goes all the way back to 1980's Superman 2. The original director of that film, Richard Donner, was preemptively fired from finishing it, which caused Warner to hire director Richard Lester of A Hard Day's Night and The Three Musketeers fame to finish it, basically recutting and changing the overall tone of that film. It wasn't until the early 2000s that actress Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane, suggested that there was an original director's cut of Superman 2. That ended up getting the internet's attention, and online petitions got WB's attention, and with Donner's blessing and input, put together Superman 2, the Donner Cut, in 2006, which was much closer to his original vision. History would repeat itself years later with Zack Snyder's Justice League, after much public outcry from fans of the original cut, which was assembled by director Joss Whedon. Fact 10. Did you know that the iconic fountain from the title sequence of Friends shows up in another movie filmed on the Warner Bros. Backlot? The fountain was first seen in the movie musical 1776, in the song The Lees of Old Virginia. Although it is heavily covered in moss and other plants, the shape should be instantly recognizable. The fountain still exists to this day, most recently seen in the Friends reunion special on HBO Max. And here's this week's trivia question. The game company SNK is known primarily for their game series Metal Slug and The King of Fighters. The latter game particularly pioneered the 3-on-3 tag team gameplay in which another player took over when one player was eliminated. The winner would be announced when one player lost all 3 of their fighters. KOF is SNK's primary fighting game series, but they actually started with another series that would later take characters from it and evolve into KOF. My question to you is, what was SNK's first fighting game prior to the King of Fighters? And there we go for this week. We're coming up on List 100 next time. What do you think I got planned for the occasion? I guess you'll have to wait and find out. Definitely stay tuned. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell to be notified for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.